Amy and Chris Marek, finally big divorce announcement right now. But why divorce announcement? What happened? Amy Roloff's, Chris Marek finally new relationship. Zach Roloff finally big divorce share announcement right now. Tori Roloff finally divorce. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we have some big news from the Roloff family that has left fans in shock. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek have officially announced their divorce. Stay tuned as we dive into the details surrounding this unexpected turn of events, the couple's journey together, and what this means for the future of the Roloff family. First, let's take a moment to reflect on who Amy Roloff is. Known for her role on the hit reality show Little People, Big World, Amy has captured the hearts of many with her resilience and vivacity. Over the years, fans watched her navigate life as a little person, build a family, and manage the challenges that come with her unique circumstances. Her journey has been nothing short of inspiring, and through it all, she maintained a positive outlook. After her high-profile marriage with Matt Roloff ended in 2016, Amy found love again with Chris Marek, a man who seemed to genuinely appreciate her for who she is. Amy and Chris began dating in 2017, and the relationship blossomed quickly. By 2019, they were engaged, and in August of that same year, they tied the knot. Their wedding was nothing short of a fairy tale, filled with love and surrounded by family. Fans celebrated alongside them, cheering for their happiness after Amy's tough divorce from Matt. But as with all relationships, challenges arise, and it seems that Amy and Chris have faced their own share. While they often appeared happy on social media, there have been subtle hints that things were not as perfect as they seemed. Today, Amy shared the news that will change everything. In a heartfelt post shared on her Instagram, Amy stated, "After much thought and consideration, Chris and I have decided to separate." Many fans were taken aback by the sudden news, with the announcement coming as a surprise to those who had been following their journey closely. Social media exploded with reactions. Fans expressed shock, sadness, and support for both Amy and Chris. It goes to show how connected viewers feel to the Roloff family and their stories. Immediately following the announcement, family members took to their platforms to share messages of love and support. Matt Roloff shared his thoughts, emphasizing that regardless of the situation, family sticks together. He reportedly expressed understanding and compassion for Amy's decision. Zach and Tori Roloff also made supportive comments on social media, showing unity as a family during this difficult time. Friends of the couple, including fellow reality stars, voiced their messages of support, reminding them they're there in the good times and the bad. While it's easy to speculate what led to the divorce, the truth is that we may never know the full story. Sources close to the couple have hinted that the pressures of reality TV, combined with the challenges of blending families, may have played a part. Amy has 3 children from her marriage to Matt, and Chris also has family members that need nurturing. Balancing these complicated dynamics can be tough, especially under the public's scrutiny. Now, as Amy transitions into this new phase of her life, what's next for her? Amy has always been a strong advocate for pursuing her dreams, and she is expected to focus on her brand and personal growth. Fans can expect to see her continue her business ventures and perhaps explore new opportunities. She has shown resilience in the face of adversity time and time again, and we're sure she'll continue to inspire many through her journey post-divorce. One major question on fans' minds is how this divorce will affect Little People, Big World. The series has followed the Roloff family for over a decade, showcasing their ups and downs, and viewers have built a connection with them. Producers are known for capturing authentic moments, and while changes are inevitable, it'll be interesting to see how the dynamics shift in subsequent seasons. Will Amy continue to be a part of the family episodes? How will Chris fit into the mix moving forward? In conclusion, while the news of Amy and Chris's divorce is undoubtedly bittersweet, We wish them both happiness and healing in their individual journeys. There's no doubt that Amy Roloff will continue to inspire fans with her courage and strength, just as she always has. Remember, each ending leads to a new beginning, and we can't wait to see what's next for Amy. We want to hear from you. What do you think about the divorce announcement? How do you feel about the future of the Roloff family? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. It might help that Matt is also dating someone new, former Roloff Farms manager Karen Chandler. They have been together since early 2017. The two couples recently ran into each other at their son Jacob's fiancé's art show at the Abbey Creek Vineyard and Winery near Portland, Oregon. Given that Isabel and Jacob took separate photos with Chris and Amy, and Matt and Karen, it's unclear whether the two couples actually spent much time together at the event. Though there may not be tension between Chris and Matt, it seems like Amy might still be getting used to having Karen around. Last season on LPBO, she was unhappy when Matt brought her to a family party, especially after she had made it a point not to invite Chris to the same. Even seeing Karen here threw me for a loop more than I would have liked, she admitted in her confessional, according to In Touch. I think coming here to this particular event is an intimate family thing. It just throws a whole different dynamic to my life here on the farm. But however they feel about each other's partners, it's clear that Matt and Amy are both still very committed to their children and grandchildren. Seeing Karen here threw me for a loop more than I would have liked, she admitted in her confessional, according to In Touch. I think coming here to this particular event is an intimate family thing. It just throws a whole different dynamic to my life here on the farm. But however they feel about each other's partners, it's clear that Matt and Amy are both still very committed to their children and Amy, and I do that with our kids. They all get to be the people they want to be. We are proud of them all, and the men and women they have each chosen as their life partners. Matt wrote in a recent Facebook post, "Little People Big World" stars Amy Roloff and Audrey Roloff suggest Matt Roloff missiled family about future of Roloff Farm for weeks after Matt Roloff announced that a large portion of Roloff Farm was up for sale. His family continues to process the news, despite believing for years it would never happen. As the Ashley told you last month, 16 of the Hillsboro, Oregon, farm's 109 acres have been listed on the market for $4 million. Those 16 acres include the Roloff's original 5,373 square foot farmhouse and the 3,594 square foot red barn. When confirming on social media that the property was up for grabs, Matt seemingly blamed his twin sons, Zach and Jeremy, for not wanting to buy it for themselves, to which Zach fired back, accusing his father of manipulating the narrative prior to the season 23 premiere of Little People, Big World. During the premiere, fans saw Matt and Zach at odds over the sale of the property, with both parties unable to come to an agreement. In response to the listing going public, Matt's ex-wife Amy Roloff, who no longer owns part of Roloff Farm, called the situation very sad, claiming that, although her sons weren't looking for a handout from Matt, they expected him to treat them better than a stranger off the street. According to In Touch Weekly, Amy echoed similar sentiments recently, while discussing Matt's decision to sell the property, reiterating that her ex-husband should have been the bigger person in the situation. I don't know a lot of the details of the negotiation that went on between Zach and Matt, Amy told Us Weekly. Matt is still the father, still the adult. I don't care how old your kids are, sometimes there are things they may need to learn, but as an adult, as a father, you may have to take the higher road. While Amy said she's sad that it's come to this, she understands her ex-husband can be grinding. Parts of me are not exactly surprised because I've dealt with Matt over the years, and he can be tough. Amy said she and her children were always told that the farm would remain in the family as part of the Roloff's legacy, but now that part of the farm is being sold, she just hopes something positive will come out of it. Change happens, It's not always happy, but eventually, maybe this will be a step where we can all move forward and see how we can come back together, she said. While Amy hopes everyone will ultimately come back together, doing so will require all parties to forgive and move forward, including Jeremy and his wife Audrey, who must first let go of a dream they've had for years. During an Instagram Q&A last week, Audrey said taking over the farm was a mutual dream, one that she and Jeremy started working towards after they got married. If you're a fan of the Roloff family from TLC's Little People, Big World, then you probably already know that today is a big day. We're diving deep into the huge news surrounding Amy Roloff, Matt Roloff, and Karen Chandler's recent divorce announcement that has sent shockwaves through their fan base. It's a story filled with love, challenges, and the reality of life that we want to share with you today. The Roloff family has been a staple of reality TV for years, captivating viewers with their unique journey. Over the years, we've watched Matt and Amy navigate their marriage, raise their 4 children, and run the Roloff farms together. But recent events have led us to a surprising twist in their story, a divorce announcement that has many fans reeling. Earlier today, both Amy and Matt took to social media to share their personal statements regarding their divorce. Let's take a moment to read through some of what they said. I want to take a moment to share the news that Matt and I have decided to separate. This has been an incredibly difficult decision, but after much consideration, we believe it's what's best for us and our family. You can really feel her emotions in that statement. Amy has mentioned in the past how important family is to her, and this must be a crushing step for her. With heavy hearts, we announce that Amy and I are parting ways. Our journey together has been filled with ups and downs, but we believe it's time for us to pursue new paths. We hope to maintain our friendship and continue to co-parent together. Matt's message also struck a chord. Both posts reflect a deep understanding of the complexity of their relationship, while also showing a commitment to their family. The news has received a wide range of responses. Fans of the show have flooded social media with their thoughts, showing support for both Amy and Matt, while expressing shock over the announcement. Some fans are heartbroken, commenting on how long they've followed their journey, while others are voicing their support for this new chapter. It's incredible to see how deeply the Roloff family has connected with everyone. To understand this shocking announcement, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Amy and Matt's relationship started in the early 1990s, and they have faced numerous challenges together, including their difficulties related to dwarfism and raising their children. Their marriage has been a roller coaster, filled with love, kids, laughter, and undeniable challenges. Over the years, viewers' hearts were warmed as they watched these two navigate life side by side, even through their differences, including their eventual separation and business direction. Now, this divorce announcement comes with the additional nuance of Matt's longtime girlfriend, Karen Chandler, who has also been a part of this complex relationship dynamic. Karen joined the Roloff family more closely after Matt and Amy's split back in 2016. Karen's presence within the family has often been a topic on the show, with some fans being supportive and some critical. It's undoubtedly a sensitive aspect of the narrative. To gain more understanding of what this announcement means for the Roloff family, we've invited a relationship expert, Dr. Sarah Thompson, to shed some light on the common challenges couples face in situations like this. Divorce can stem from many intertwined factors, including communication breakdown, life changes, and individual growth. It's essential to acknowledge that sometimes couples find that their paths have diverged, and separation can lead to personal growth. Thank you, Dr. Thompson, for your insights. It's a reminder that even in beloved families like the Roloffs, the journey of love can sometimes lead to separation. We tried to buy it back in May of 2020, she said. We shared what we felt comfortable sharing about that in a behind-the-scenes podcast episode. Jer and I hoped to take over his parents' farm, or a portion of it, since he was a child. It was something he was led to believe was possible. He made it very known to his family and publicly on TV. It became a mutual dream when we got married, and we started working towards, Audrey said when she and Jeremy were finally at a point where it was practically possible. They made an offer, only to realize maybe it wasn't meant to be. We realized Jer's family was not actually as aligned in the progression towards us acquiring it as we thought they were, she said, before noting there had been a threat of having to sell the farm on more than one occasion. Now that it's become a reality, she admits it's been incredibly hard for both her and Jeremy, as they fell in love there, got married there, helped run the business there. We really did think we'd raise our kids there, she added. Like I said, it was the death of a dream. Little people, big world viewers weigh in on Amy and Chris visiting Matt and Karen in Arizona. Matt Roloff and his girlfriend Karen Chandler invited his ex-wife Amy Roloff and her husband Chris Marek to join them for a trip to Arizona, and little people, big world viewers weighed in. Matt and Amy Roloff divorced in 2016 after nearly 30 years of marriage. Since their split, Matt has been dating his longtime girlfriend and former Roloff Farms employee, Karen Chandler. Amy has since remarried and is enjoying newlywed life with Chris Marek. On the last episode of LPVW, Amy and Chris revealed to their neighbors during dinner that Matt and Karen invited them to Arizona to visit, and they had accepted the offer. "We've got a trip coming up," Chris said during dinner. "We don't have the dates figured out yet, but we're going to Arizona for a week to visit the other Roloff." When Amy and Chris' neighbor Brandy confusingly asked questions, Chris explained that the offer was a wedding gift from Matt and Karen. It still shocked their friend, however, who couldn't believe Amy would agree to visit her ex-husband for a week. Chris played it off as an opportunity to see his buddy Matt's other house. In a video clip from the scene on TLC's official Instagram, LPBV viewers commented where they sounded off about the unlikely couples meeting up in the Copper State. One LPBV viewer noted how Chris often speaks highly of Matt in their bond. "I think Chris has something for Matt. It's just entirely too cringe watching how he talks about him." Another felt that Chris was taking advantage of his fame from LPBO and commented, "Chris is an opportunist all the way." The notion came across as weird and inappropriate to another critic who commented, "I think it's weird and inappropriate to give them a wedding gift to visit them in Arizona. If you're giving them plane tickets, it should be a destination they pick. I can understand being civil for the kids, but Amy does not genuinely like hanging with them, and Chris should quit pushing it," voiced another disgruntled viewer. "You have other friends. Matt and Amy divorced for a reason, and it was not a friendly split. Amy was quite bitter. Chris stopped despite her reluctance. Amy has been a good sport and gone along with Matt and Chris' ideas, which have included hanging out together as couples. Although Matt and Chris claim they simply have a lot in common and enjoy many of the same things, LPBD viewers have joked that the two share more chemistry than they do with Amy or Karen. Little People, Big World exclusive. Matt's auction goes bust, and Amy is embarrassed for him on Tuesday's episode of Little People. Big World. A very relatable problem pops up for patriarch Matt Roloff as he tries to divest his farm of junk no longer needed. But in his mind, the junk has some value, enough so that he hired an auctioneer to auction off his odd lot of gutters, furniture, and farm stuff. People showed up, but the problem you see in our exclusive clip from the next episode of Little People, Big World, is that not enough motivated buyers arrived. Matt should have considered a big garage sale promising autographs and selfies with every purchase. That would have allowed more people to think they were getting a better deal. At the very least, stand watching all this unfold is his ex Amy with her new man and his son Zach, who hopes to unload some chairs of his own too.